What's up, family? Hope you guys are all good. Sorry, I'm pulling mummy's hair. Sorry, don't want to pull mummy's hair. Hope you guys are all good. Hope you guys are having a good week. We had one of our worst weeks last week, but we will talk about it later. So stay tuned. We will explain to you what's happened and so forth. But we're just kind of getting through it as a family first and recovering from it, and then we'll chat to you guys. But hopefully you guys are having a great week. Thank you for all the love you show us. Thank you for all the support you show us. And thank you to everyone that's subscribed to our channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, by the way. And give us a like on the video right now, please. Don't forget. Your likes keep our channel alive, remember, so they're very important. But thank you to everyone that's subscribed. The page is really growing now, so yeah, really, yeah, it's nice to see how much it's growing, and all our hard work is kind of paying off. So
these people actually like me, you know.
Yeah.
Just me.
But why wouldn't they like you? You're amazing.
No, just You're amazing. Me though, not you. I'm joking.
You're amazing. You're amazing. So today's homeschool update, life update. We're going to cover a few things. We wrote them down. Just a few things people have asked us, and also things that we don't remember, so we don't forget. So how do we homeschool at the moment? Reasons why we did it. How it's been for us. Third month in. The kind of how we've broken our routine. You know, has it been what's expected? Our current daily routine, major challenges. Why are you laughing? How we motivate our children to learn. Why are you laughing at me, babe?
I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at the questions.
Our aim is to get them ahead. No, you're laughing because of the points that were written down. Yeah. Get them ahead. Our aim is to get them ahead. And okay, sorry. And why we chose to enroll them in online school. Why we chose not to enroll them in online school, and we chose to do the homeschooling ourselves. Yeah. So I tried to whiz through all of those, but it is fun. We're going to get stuck into discussion. If you got some comments, put some comments down below. If you've got any questions for us, we'd love to answer them. And so yeah, third month in. So I guess the first thing is, like, Charmaine, yeah, how are you feeling about it? Do we regret the decision? Do we want to turn back?
No.
No.
I've had my moments. It's definitely been, it's challenging because it's something new that we've tried. Obviously, I'm used to my kids being out of the house Monday to Friday during term time, so them being here has been a challenge. But I can honestly say it's nice now. I enjoy it now. It's challenging, but it's nice because we were connected with our children before, but I feel like we're even more connected.
The connection is stronger, yeah.
Yeah, I feel stronger. So, yeah. I feel, yeah, the connection is just a lot stronger. We're closer, yeah, more closer to them than we were before.
I'd say.
And I'm learning to, me personally, I think this is probably a mum thing more than the dad thing. I'm learning now to actually have them in the house all the time, as opposed to waiting for Monday. Monday doesn't feel so bad for me anymore, whereas Monday's come in, let's just get them out of the house. Now it's like, actually, they're little young adults, they're growing, and they're people, and they're part of us, and they're in our house every day. So I'm used to I'm not scared of any day of the week anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So she meant they were little young children, right?
They're becoming young little adults.
Oh, young, okay.
All right, this is what we call them, young adults.
Young adults,
they're young adults learning in the house. He thinks I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm saying the right
thing. I didn't know she
here.
meant that term.
Young adults.
So that's how...
That's how it is. Like, independent learners, they call them young adults.
Oh, sorry. Like, excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. Excuse me, darling. Sorry. Excuse me, getting with the terminology. Yeah. So for me, yeah, I'd agree. It's been it's just really nice to spend so much time with them. It is challenging because we're balancing work at the same time, and you've got a lot to balance, right? But yeah, it is good. It is good, and it's really enjoyable. Had to have a firm conversation with them today, actually, and this kind of goes into how we motivate them. I think the first thing that people need to know, if you don't know, is that our children asked to be homeschooled. Yeah. They also asked to start a YouTube channel, and they asked us to start vlogging consecutively for they were pestering us till we eventually gave in.
Yeah.
And we gave in, and we said we'll do it because we want to do it too. So this is a decision that we've all made as a family.
Yeah.
So the first thing is they want to homeschool. They were excited to homeschool. They know that it will mean that they can make more content, they can do more vlogging, and they'll be able to kind of have a bit more of a tailored life to what they want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we as parents, we do a lot for them, so they have, some of you'll see all of the things we put together, but they have piano lessons, we're going to a music studio next week. They have dance lessons, they go to clubs all the time, so we make sure we take them to loads of clubs. So we really give them, and we give them one-to-one tuition as well. So we give them, our children, everything we possibly can, you know, what point was I on now? So yeah, so this is what they wanted.
We haven't got to the points yet.
We haven't got to the points yet.
Yeah.
So this is what they want. Essentially, this is what they want. Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, had a firm conversation with them and just said, look, you know, we don't really kind of, we don't motivate where we are here. We say to our children, look, you can go to school anytime you like, you know. If you want to go to school, you can go back to school. It's not a problem, you know. We're doing this for you, and we're facilitating this for you. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into ensuring that they we push them in their homeschooling. We give them everything they need whilst we're also working. You know, we just make it clear that at any time, if they don't want to do that, that they can go to school, and that kind of normally does the trick with regards to the motivation.
Yeah.
So, and we laughed about it. We had a laugh about it today, but we just have to, you know, and also let them know, you know, this is for what they want to pursue. You know, they want to be vloggers, and they want to work hard, and, you know, they want to dance, and they want to do all these things. There's sacrifices in it, and there's hard work that goes into it. So we're here to facilitate this for you, and we're here to push you, and here to create the opportunities, but you have to come and meet us in the middle. We let them know this from this age. You have to meet us in the middle. So that's how we kind of motivate them, and that covers that. Mm-hmm. Next point, what are we doing at the moment? What have we done that's not worked? What have we done that's not worked? I think I'm fed up with probably, you know, a lot of online tutoring services now. We got some value from it in terms of, you know, I guess some, I mean, what value did we, I think I got a bitter taste from it, really. So it's difficult for me to say, but essentially where the online tutoring kind of let us down was basically, we struggled to try and get people to commit to the times that they agreed, essentially, without technical issues or whatever the case is. And because we're working to quite a rigid schedule in our family life, and the whole idea is to kind of do things in a way that works around us, we're not in a position, if a lesson's missed, then we can't reschedule it for the next hour or something, because there's something that we need to do. Everything has to be catered for in the house, so them missing their slots is a big issue, and that's kind of where we got let down with a lot of the online tutoring services. They just weren't able to kind of deliver consistently to the level that we wanted, really.
No.
Is that kind of a nutshell?
I would say so.
And why we moved off it?
Yeah, but it's difficult when you're homeschooling your children. They need like consistency. I'm not saying that they can't have some off days, but if it happens too much, then it's not fair on them, because they're not in the school environment. They're at home, so they need that consistency, so you know they can learn. So if there's any tutoring companies that want to approach us and they're better, then we can come. Joking. No, I don't think we would use them right now. Personally, we may. I don't know. It could be something we look at later, but for now, we're quite happy with what we're doing. Yeah.
So what are we happy with? This is what you probably want to know. Okay, so this is our current kind of schedule at the moment. So I kind of cover the bulk of the online stuff. By online stuff, so we use one program which we're using for maths, which we really love at the moment, and the girls really love, and we've tried different things, by the way, for them to see what they respond to, but the things that we love at the moment, so we use 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐬's maths program. That's fantastic, it's amazing. We also use Reading Eggs. We love Reading Eggs as well. We've done the Reading Eggs maths as well, but primarily Reading Eggs, and then also we use BBC Bite Size. So those are our kind of top three. I know BBC Bite Size is online and television, but those are our kind of top three things that we're using program-wise at the moment. And I kind of work with the girls on that, really. They're pretty they're pretty good for independent learning. You can put the program on and allow them to watch it. Or, you know, if you on Bite Size, for example, and you can set them up on 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐬 and they'll go through it, and I get emailed what their results are, so I know where they're at. And then also with Reading Eggs, again, similarly, you can track where they're at, and it's just a case of being there. So if they do get stuck on anything, then you can just give them a little nudge. You know, we really encourage them to think and kind of connect the dots and solve their own problems. And that seems to be working really well at the moment. Then on the other side, Mummy does workbooks with them. So we showed in our last vlog, so check out the last one. on our homeschooling routine. It's got all the books that we've ordered. So Mummy works through those workbooks with them, and they're set to their curriculum age within the UK, for example. So it gives us a track of where they're at, and all of the programs that we use, they do match them against their curriculum age. So you can actually see as they're progressing through the years and where they're at, basically with that. Yeah. And one other thing, you know, for us, homeschooling is not about just like coasting, or just doing, you know, kind of plodding along. We kind of let our kids know, you know, we want you to challenge yourselves. We want to push you, and we want you to, you know, progress as much as you can. So our goal in time is to get these guys, get our children above the level of learning that they should be for their age. And there's no reason why they shouldn't do, because the kind of learning that we're doing, I feel, is a bit more intense than what they would at school. They still have loads of fun, but essentially when they're working, they're working. When they're playing, they're playing. Siri, you're not supposed to understand. Sorry, interrupting our conversation. When they're working, they're working, and when they're playing, they're playing. Essentially. So yeah, does that cover that? Anything to add to that? I mean, sorry, I spoke a lot there. Sorry, but
I know you spoke on my bit. Can you believe this? The workbooks, you covered what I did.
Oh, sorry. So the workbooks.
So, you know, I'm joking. But no, the workbooks. What I was going to say, just to add, with the workbooks, they actually have answers behind the book. So as a parent, if you're teaching them and you're not, you know, everyone always says, "Oh, I'm not a teacher. I can't teach," and blah blah blah. I definitely am not a teacher. Let me just be clear. But obviously I went to school, and some things like my memory, it comes back, or sometimes I look at the answers at the back if I don't know. And they're also trying to work out stuff, obviously. So like if they don't know how to work something out, for example with maths, then I would go and search for it and find it if I don't know it myself, and then I'll come back and say, look, this is the method to use, that's the method to use. And then they go back, they also look for stuff online themselves, which is quite good. So yeah, the workbooks are quite good. They're interactive as well, so they make them do stuff, and so it's really good. Yeah. Brilliant.
And just like in terms of the methodologies of how they do things, that's covered a lot in the 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻 and the bite size and stuff like that as well anyway. So yeah, and like it's been 3 months, so 2.5 months. As we progress more and more, then all of the learning will become more kind of linked together, if that makes sense, because we've been doing it for a long time, and then we'll be able to see the benefits of it all. Yeah. Okay, cool. So challenges, staying patient. Staying patient has been a challenge, definitely. And just getting that rhythm, like what we talked about keeping them, motivating them in the right way. You know, we don't want to have a situation where they're motivated by punishments or anything like that. You know, we want to keep them, you know, we try and treat them, like you said, I guess, young adults, isn't it, to some extent, and make them take accountability and ownership.
Yeah, I mean, really. It's really helping them grow, I think, personally. I've seen a massive change. I mean, Sophia, Myra's, yeah, both of them actually. There's a big change in both of them. Obviously, Myra's a bit older, but there's a massive change in both of them, and I feel like you're just able to teach them real life stuff. Even with the challenge that we had last week, which we said we'd address with you at some point, it was actually good to be able to deal with that with our children and actually get them to understand real life challenges and real life problems that you have. So, you know, even though it was challenging to deal with it, they were able to deal with it, and they've come out the other side, and I feel like that's going to help them grow. So I feel like, yeah, sometimes you go through life and you become an adult, and then there's some things you didn't learn when you were younger, and then the shock hits you when you're an adult. Whereas I feel like if you put these tiny seeds in them when they're young, when they get older, they're able to deal with them better. So yeah, I think that the all-round learning is not only about like curriculum stuff, it's about life as well.
And character development.
Yeah, and character development and building their characters, and yeah.
And we get to shape their characters at home more so in a way that we feel is best for our kids.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, so yeah, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so why we chose not to enroll in online school. So there are lots of online school programs. I'm not saying they're not good. You know, where you can literally, your child will go to school and follow a set curriculum as if they're going to school. We chose not to do that because we want to tailor the curriculum more towards what we want them to do, and what they want to do. We don't want to be constricted to a specific online school. For us, the core things for us is the English, maths and science. And then obviously we focus on art, and we focus on music, and we focus on creative things. And obviously the character development, and well-being and things like that. Those are the things we know the core focuses for us, and so we design a curriculum and learning that is basically a learning program that really meets the needs and our objectives. And it gives us the opportunity to change as we need to as well, concentrate more on one thing than another, and so forth. Like for some reason, our children seem to learn maths pretty quick.
They are really good at maths.
Yeah, they learn it fast.
For English, they actually don't like English. They just do it because they have to.
You think so?
They don't. When we say let's do English, they don't want to do it.
You think so?
No, they don't like doing it. It is harder though. English is harder. I think maths is more.
Is that what they like with the workbooks then?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I found, I suppose because I'm doing reading eggs and I'm doing the programs, for me, I found them to be okay on both. But yeah, that would make sense.
The English, they have to write, so they have to write a lot, and they have to write sentences. So when it comes to that, it's just, I think with maths, it's more like, okay, look, you know, minus, blah, blah, blah.
Straight
this
answer,
is it. Yeah, whereas with English, sometimes it's a bit more difficult. There's a lot more thinking. So with nouns and pronouns and verbs and
yeah, it's weird
so,
because obviously some people watching might say that they feel the other way.
Yeah, it just depends.
I guess it depends the way your brain works, but just for some reason in our house,
our kids,
they learn faster. They learn maths faster, so we don't have to spend as much time on maths as we do need to spend on English. Really, that's something that we picked up. So we can kind of adapt that and tailor what we're doing to match that, isn't it? I think we covered some good points. Anything else that we need to talk about? I guess breaking the routine as well. When we first started, we had these kind of like ideas, or we have to do this at this time, we have to do this at this time, we have to do this at this time. But because of the way that we work in terms of like as family vloggers, you know, working on campaigns, or this may come up or that may come up, we can't always follow a straight week. Just generally, but we just don't look at the year in blocks of summer holiday, Easter holiday, half term. We just work straight through the year in the way that suits us, if that makes sense, and suits them. So it took a while to kind of break those norms of, oh, we have to get up at this time and wake up at this time and so forth. And in the first kind of week, you're like, oh, this has to be done then. This has to be done then. And then we kind of look at each other and say, okay, why does it have to be done then? If that makes sense. So that takes a while to kind of get those things out of your mind and challenge routine and challenge the kind of norms and so forth, so you can then get into a rhythm. I think the most important thing for us is the end objective that we're going for, and how we achieve that objective has to be in a way that's right for our family and right for them. Right? We could talk about this for ages. Yeah. Hopefully this has been a value and benefit to you. We promise we will keep you updated on the terrible week that we had in the next couple of weeks or so. So hang fire for that. And yeah, love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know that we post. I noticed it started getting darker as we posted. Hopefully it's not too dark when you watch this video, but we love you guys, man. Peace out.